Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today in a day where we've actually got quite a lot of football news, and I will give my opinion on that. So I start off with that or leave that to the end? Now, you know what, let's start off with it because it's going to come very quickly. There's not much to it, and then we can get into the nitty-gritty. I've not said that in a while, to do with the big elephant in the room, which is Chelsea Football Club. But let's start off very quickly with two pieces of news. First, Jude Bellingham going off to Real Madrid. Liverpool in the mud. Liverpool are in the mud, and you know what? I can't even laugh. I can't. Because Liverpool fans will be like, "Who are you?" And then I'll be like, "Good point." Good point. I don't know who we are right now. I don't know. No one knows who we are right now. But Jude Bellingham, after all that, now what is it? Persuading, pursuing, whatever sort of P-relevant word you want to add to that. Bellingham is not going to Liverpool to join up with Henderson and his mates. No. He is off to Real Madrid. And how is this going to work at Real Madrid? That's what I ask. Because I completely understood what they were trying to do when they got Camavinga. 100%. 100% understood when they got Tchouaméni. You had Bellingham to the mix. How are you going to play all of them at the same time? I know Real Madrid are trying to build for the future. Trying to take things a little more forward. But the only way that I can see is if Bellingham becomes, I'd say, a lot more of an attacking midfielder to an extent, and then he probably has Camavinga, Tchouaméni behind him. I mean, I can't think of anything else. You know, or you're just going to play with a flat midfield three constantly. We'll see. But Bellingham, for a move of over £100 million going off to Real Madrid, and the rebuild at Real Madrid begins again. they don't stop rebuilding. They just go for the biggest and shiniest object in the room. However, when they do it, it's actually effective. Where when it's us, things go wrong. So Real Madrid getting Jude Bellingham, huge congrats. The second piece of news is England's most successful manager is now back in a job. You're probably thinking, what? Yeah, Big Sam. Big Sam's back in a job. And you know what we could have maybe done with Big Sam? It's actually crazy. If you actually offered me to have Frank Lampard or Big Sam, it's actually insane that I would have to say Big Sam. It's actually mad. It's got to that point, isn't it? Big Sam has come in to rescue Leeds United. And on his first press conference as Leeds manager, albeit I actually haven't checked, is he there until the end of the season? I should probably check that. Is he there to the end of the season, or is he there for an actual long-term deal or a long-term contract? I'll try and find out as I'm discussing. Big Sam is... It doesn't even say. I guess he's just there to the end of the season, isn't he? He's just going to try and survive. Because that's what Big Sam does. Big Sam's speciality is to take over a club, keep them in the top flight, and then move on to the next job. He is Superman when it comes to the relegation teams. And when you're looking at it, we could theoretically do with some of that, because mathematically it's still not possible. It still is possible for us to get relegated. It actually still is. Mathematically, after 33 matches in the Premier League, we can still get relegated. It's actually incredible. So, Big Sam has taken charge at Leeds United, and it does say that, Leeds have sacked manager Javi Gracia and appointed former England boss Sam Allardyce in a bid to avoid relegation. It doesn't actually say how long his deal is. All right, I'll just take it easy into the end of the season then. Unbelievable. But Big Sam coming in, he actually spoke to the press and said, "I'm up there with Pep and Klopp." What a legend. Because you just know it's not true. But what a legend for him to come out and just be like, yeah, I'm up there. And when you look at the context of the way that he said it, he's not actually wrong, though. When it comes to all the managers and experience, right? And how long he's been around the block. Yeah, Big Sam's definitely up there. He's been there since I was a little boy. He's been managing for years. So, yeah, maybe he is. And, yeah, he managed England. 1 game, 1 win. At least he got a win. You know, with our lot, we got Frank Lampard in charge, 6 games, 6 losses. So, moving swiftly on to Chelsea, let's talk about Chelsea because we can make as many jokes and as many bits of banter about other clubs and have a little laugh just to try and forget. Because this is what it's come down to now. It's just come to try and forget what's going on at our club. This is the lowest point I think any Chelsea fan, no matter what age, has experienced. And if I'm honest, I think it's going to be the lowest point that any Chelsea fan will experience. I think we're going to look back at this moment in 20 years or 30 years' time for the ones of us that are still around. I hope I will be, for sure. I should be. Fingers crossed. But we're definitely going to look back and be like, oh, yeah, that was the lowest point as a Chelsea fan. 100%. I don't think it gets lower than this. The only time it gets lower than this is if we were to actually go down. And then we'd have to, you know, as Matisse put in his review, we'd have to go and play Rotherham or something. Like, can you imagine that? It's an absolute mess right now, and we have to think logically in terms of where is this going? Where is Chelsea going? How are we going to fix this? What's the route? What way do we go? The first course of action has to be, at least for now, get a manager in. Now, why I've done this video is because I still want to ask the question, why is there no advancement with Poch? What's going on? We've not heard anything. It's gone silent. It's gone blank. Now, with Poch, as much as I, at first, when I heard his name, I went, no, you know, I don't think he's the caliber that Chelsea need. Right now, with this and where we are, absolutely bring in Poch. Absolutely. But another doubt of mine was, I was also fearful that he might be one of those guys that just cozies up with their owners and just, you know, nods along and just goes with the flow. Apparently, that's not what he's like. On top of that, he represents himself. He doesn't have an agent, which is actually quite gutsy. It's quite ballsy. In the modern game, you know, there's managers that without agents, they'll probably get done. And he has the intellect and the ability to just manage himself and to represent himself and to come to a negotiating table and defend himself and talk for himself. And that takes a little bit of character. I don't want to sound like Brendan Rodgers, but that takes a bit of guts, which is nice to see. We hear the demands that are being made, apparently. And, you know, he doesn't want anyone in his dressing room. He wants to have an influence on the direction of a club that he's at. That's great to hear, you know, because that was my issue with, I'd say, with Graham Potter, was that there wasn't much authority or much ideas being imposed by him. It was almost just a kind of nod along going, yeah, we'll go along with it, all right, you know, and that's it. No, that can't be a Chelsea manager. A manager at a top club. I say top club. I like to think we are a top club, despite this. You have to impose yourself. You have to impose. You have to lead. You have to get everyone to adhere to your way. And sooner the owners understand this, the better, because I understand there has to be collaboration. There has to be collaboration. It's not going to be all what the manager wants or all what the club wants. The problem is, right now, we are steering more in the direction of we want a manager that wants what he wants, but right now the reality is the club are going for what they want. And it's almost like they're completely undermining whatever the manager wants. We can't have that. The owners need to back off. Absolutely have to back off. And like I said on All You Can Eat Chelsea, I'm going to put this idea forward and let's see what you guys say in the comments. For me right now, especially after yesterday and how I know the season's going to end, look, with all the decisions that have gone wrong, it's clear as day that these owners are not qualified to manage a football club. Are they qualified to own one? Money talks. That's the reality. Are they qualified to own one? They may think they are. Why? Because they've had whatever success they've had in the United States. Todd Bowley has had his success in the United States. Let me give a little news flash. Knock, knock. This is the United Kingdom. This is England. This is the Premier League. This isn't US sports. This isn't baseball. This isn't the NFL. This isn't the NBA. This isn't the NHL. It runs different here. And as much as I think, when you look at American sports, is it ironic that most times you find in every single final, it tends to be different teams every year? You don't get a Man City in US sports. You get a Man City in US sports based on just heritage, history, like the Lakers. No one's talking down the Lakers. That's the flipping Lakers, right? But Go and look in terms of US sport as a whole. When you look at the finals that actually happen, whether it's championship finals, whether it's national finals, when you look at the finals every single year, do you get the same team popping up every single year? It's rare. It's rare. And you almost get the sentiment over there that everyone's just cool with it. The club is always there, and the infrastructure is unbelievable. The money is unbelievable. The resources are unbelievable. The salaries people get paid is unbelievable. They're franchises, right? They're in their own bubble. That's the way the US sports operate. And you almost get the sense that fans are just okay with it. Fans just go along and go, yeah, let's go Packers, for example, and that's it. That's it. That's all you get. And then, we won. Yay, we won. We lost. That's okay. We'll go again next time. Like, that's just the vibe, right? Here, that's not how it runs, and not just here. Here, it's actually kind here. Mate, try this nonsense in Italy. You'd get prosecuted. In Italy or in Germany or you go to these other countries, mate, they'll eat you. They'll eat you alive. The culture is so quick here. The tempo is high. Results have to come in quick. Not just for the sake of results coming in, but you need to know what you're doing. If not, you make one mistake, boom, you're back at the line. And you're going to pay a price. That's just the way that football is. European football is different. It's different. So when you look at this, for me, I reckon the owners need to back off. Right? You own the club, okay. Appoint a CEO. Appoint a club president. Someone that's going to run the club, right? They're going to be employed by you to run the club. Run the club. Run it. You need any hand with finances? Let me know. Yeah? You need a sign off on something? Let me know. But I will monitor from afar and see how results are on the pitch and how results are financially. And if I have anything to say, I will call you. That's it. That's all we need. We need a CEO or president employed by these owners, and then let someone who knows football, someone who can run a football club, employ them and let them run it. Let the football people do the footballing decisions. That's it. And that goes from CEO/president down to directors, down to manager. Whoever the manager's going to be, let him do his job. Just let him do his job. And if he has to collaborate with anyone, he's going to collaborate with the director. Director of football, director of sport, sporting director, technical director. We've got so many directors now, it's unbelievable. We were screaming for directors, now we got a whole bunch, yeah? Recruitment. Let them do what they got to do. Just let them get on with it. That's it. My fear is that we're not going to get that. Hence why this Poch announcement's taken about 5 years. Why is it taking so long? It'd be naive to think that Poch isn't looking at this going, no, I'm not so sure. Like I said yesterday, he's got other options if he wants. But, there is a spanner in the works. And I came across this and I was like, nah, surely not. And this is coming from me. Because I advocated for this at first. And now even I'm seeing this and going, is this legit? Is this true? I'll show you. So, there was a report that came from Italy that stated that Mourinho wants to speak to Roma owners after receiving call from Chelsea chief. So it says Mourinho is keen to discuss his future at AS Roma after reportedly receiving a phone call from a senior Chelsea official. Now, this report that's come out from Italy has stated that Jose's told Chelsea, I'm not going to commit. No, I'm not saying yes. But he's not saying no. He wants to discuss his future with Roma at the end of the season. And how I analyse this, because he's PSG apparently now have got in touch with Jose Mourinho. PSG are looking to try and get Jose. Jose apparently wants to wait to the end of the season. Why? My theory, this is only me, I reckon that he's going to see where Roma are going to finish. Will Roma win the Europa League and make Champions League football? Or will Roma finish in the top 4 of Serie A and make Champions League football? If they do make Champions League football, I reckon he stays at Roma. Because it's a beautiful project. It's been going well. There's not that much money, but he's been getting something out of them. They're looking really good. He's already won a trophy. He could be on course for another European trophy. If he does that, he gets Champions League football. Continue the project. Let's see where it goes. I absolutely don't blame him. But it'd be naive to think that he's just going to go, nah, these jobs, I don't want them. Right? But if that's what's holding things up to the end of the season for him, that could be what's holding things up to Chelsea. Because ultimately, Chelsea could just go, Poch, we want to offer you the job. Are you coming? They could, and I would think, why wait? What is holding things up? He's available. He's there. What is holding things up? He's had about 60 interviews. What's the hold up? I'm at this point right now where I want a solution ASAP. And if it means getting Poch after what I've heard in terms of how he does things and what he's like, I'm absolutely on board with getting Pochettino now. 100%, because this is getting ridiculous. This is getting stupid. But what is the reason? Why is it? Are we actually holding to wait and see what Jose says at the end of the season? Is that it? Because there's no certainty there. You have to be honest. This is coming from me. I'd love to have Jose back. 100%. He would rock the foundation of this football club. But my fear is that it would kick off with these owners in 5 minutes if they don't back off. But I have to say, the way that I'm hearing about Poch is I reckon it would kick off with Poch after 5 minutes if he is the way that it sounds like he is. Which I like and I'm on board with. I'm on board. So we have to be clear here. There's a risk. If you were to wait for Jose, for example, when he decides, no, I'm staying at Roma, well, you've wasted time. You know, who knows what happens with Poch? Maybe Tottenham get the phone call. Maybe Tottenham are like, yo, maybe we want you back. Who knows? Who knows? You got to be proactive now, man. Make a decision. Make a decision and go with it. Go with it. This team is screaming for stability and we're screaming for footballing minds to take charge of this football club and do things for what's right for this club because we are in the gutter. And I have to say, it starts at the top. We can blame the players, and I believe there's going to be a complete transformation of the team. That will come. Manager, Lampard's not here after the end of the season, so that will come. But that needs to be sorted. And then the decisions coming from the top needs to be sorted. No more involvement from these owners, please. You've proven in the space of 9 months you haven't got a clue, right? So get someone in to run the club. Employ someone who is a top elite footballing leader. Someone that can be a CEO of this club and run it accordingly at an elite and top level. We do that, we might be able to bring ourselves back on track to getting back to where we need to be. Because look, I'm going to be honest with you, people are expecting a miracle next season. People are expecting us to finish top 4 next season. You're dreaming. You're dreaming. This isn't the same as 15-16. I keep telling you guys, this is not the same as 15-16. That was an isolated incident and it got resolved the year after. This is completely different. This isn't just a rebuild. This is a complete... There's no word. There's no word for it. What's beyond the rebuild? Because that's Chelsea right now. Next season is not going to be pretty. And when you look at pre-season and the way that we've scheduled it... So to round off the video, this pre-season we've got 5 games, right? We're going up and down the East Coast, and some people are going to say, that sounds great. Nah, when you look at the miles that we got to do, and when you've got to look at the schedule before we actually go off on pre-season tour, we don't have any time with the new manager at one place getting on with what we need to get on with. And that's exactly what this team needs. We're not in the same situation as Man City and all these other guys. When you're talking about the schedule that we have and we start off at Chapel Hill and then I think we come down and then we go back up the East Coast and then we come back down the East Coast and then we go back up again and we shift over to Chicago. Each way is a 2-hour flight. That sounds great for you. But when you're doing that every 3 days because we got to play a game every 3 days, what training are we going to do? For other teams right now, it's all about fitness. Not a problem. That's fine. For us, it's not just fitness. We got to get a new manager in. We got to see what ideas they impose. We got to try and build with that new manager. We got to try and understand their system. We got to see what players are even sticking around. Who's staying, who's going, who's being brought in. We got to try and build chemistry. We got to try and build relationships. We got to try and understand tactics. We got to do all of that in pre-season. That's what pre-season's for. But we're going to spend half of it traveling up and down the East Coast to Chicago, then flying back and then starting the Premier League season straight away. Before that US tour, we barely even have a week because after the season, the Champions League final finishes on June 10th. Players go off on holiday. Then there's an international, I think. Is there an international? It's stupid. Why is there an international run of games there? Then they go off on holiday. Then they come back, they head to the United States. We're going to have like 1 week or 2 weeks at Cobham, tops. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. But we're playing 5 matches out in the United States and we're travelling up and down constantly. We're putting commercial activity ahead of what we actually need to do for the benefit of this team. Why 5 matches? Why not just 3? Why not just 3? And then for the rest, just stay in one base and train. Just train. Even if it's in the States, just train. Just stay at one place and train. With this new manager, train. We're not even doing that. We're not even doing that. So by the time we come back, season starts days after. Other teams will be ready because they already got a system. They already got managers. They already got everything implemented. They just need fitness. We need everything I've just mentioned and fitness. It's just this. It's not being taken seriously, man. These decisions are insane. They're insane, and that's why I'm now calling. Look, can we employ a CEO, right? Someone that's going to run the club, and you guys just stay away. Just stay away. You want to come and watch, but do not involve yourself in any activity whatsoever unless you get a phone call. That's it. Or unless you have a question and you just want to know what's up, that's it. But don't involve yourself in any decisions, man. This is where I think it's best for us to go. And we'll see what's going on with Poch. Still no news. Let me know your thoughts about Poch. Let me know your thoughts even about Jose and his role at Roma. PSG apparently looking to try and get him. Do you think he stays at Roma? And let me know about pre-season. Big Sam, Bellingham, everything. Chelsea, CEO, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow. And then the preview for Bournemouth, Chelsea will be on Friday. God forbid. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Subscribe if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed. And I'll see you tomorrow. In a bit, people. Take care. And peace.